everyone, welcome to Pine Grove News Live. It's 6:01 p.m. here, and from the looks of it,
everyone,
we are live.
Pine Grove News.
We are live at YouTube as well. We're live on Mixler, live on YouTube, and we are recording for VMO and all the other ones that I post to, including BitChute, Real.video, and VMO. So everyone, blessings. Blessings on this Friday afternoon, technically early evening, and here on the East Coast, still chilly. You know, it was a little warmer today. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be in the 60s. I think it might have got there. And supposed to have that tomorrow as well. See how that goes. It's a perfect day to get outside and get some things done. Yeah. The first wave of pine needles have blanketed the floor in the backyard, the ground, not the floor of the yard, whatever you want to call it. And so, we're going to get into the news now. I mean, sorry, that there's no big promo here. I mean, no real, expensive, very high definition background going on. And sorry, just a lowly painter, trying to put out the news as a watchman. That's all you got here. That's all you get. Just me. So with that, let me get into the news. Some things are pretty interesting out there. But like usual, take it for whatever it's worth. Use your own discernment. I mean, yeah. Excuse me. So we'll just go on. I mean, a couple little hookups I did not see coming, with Germany and France heading for a summit with Russia and Iran and Turkey. Some strange things we got to keep an eye on, and that alliance that I just mentioned, just seems to be more and more Gog. And need to pay attention to that formation. So let's go on. I don't know if I have this in really any kind of particular order, but we'll go here at the Watchers first. And this headline reads: "Fire erupting from cracks in the ground in Andhra Pradesh, India." This was actually 2 days ago. This is what I get from sometimes I gotta pay attention, These things at the Watchers sometimes can be a few days old. So anyways, there's panic spreading among the people in this Kurnool district after flames started erupting from a newly formed earth cracks, on the 13th of October. So these cracks were seen up to a depth of about 200 meters, which is 656 feet. Local news portal reported, adding that news is spreading in the surrounding villages and people are flocking to witness the fire rising from the ground. So local officials informed Oil and Natural Gas Commission and Mines and Geology Department, who initiated the investigation after later confirmed the presence of gas reserves. There you have it. Gas. The Earth just, no worries. The Earth has got just a little bit of gas. So, we all know about that, right? Little excess gas. All right. Nothing to see here. Okay. So, this is, looks like NBC. I mean, I look at the Peacock. I guess it's MSNBC or something like that. But anyway, this was in the news, in mainstream media. The salmonella in raw chicken makes 92 people sick. So this strain of Somalia that is spreading is resistant to many antibiotics. Yeah, I wonder why that's so. I wonder why now all of a sudden there's a lot of things out there like this that are just antibiotic resistant. I think there's a lot of reasons why, you know. Anyways, vaccines have a lot to do with that. Foods you know, the chemicals they put in your food have a lot to do with that. It's just everything is, anyway. So Somalia from raw chicken. Here's a map. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this was surprising. Only 92 sick. I mean, still quite a lot, but across 29 states, though. We got 9 to 11 in the blue states, which I'm hoping soon will change to red states. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I hate politics, but it's everywhere now, and never before quite like this. So it can't help but spread out into other places where it is not normally. Yeah, so I'm waiting for the red tsunami. Yeah, only because my state is a blue state, a Clinton state supposedly, and I know why. There's a lot of crazy people here, a lot of misinformed, judgmental, I know everything type people like me. Yeah, but my eyes have been opened. Theirs, unfortunately, are not. So I have my work cut out for me. I guess we all have our work cut out for us, right? Yep. 21 people are sick enough to be hospitalized, although none has died. Thank God for that. So this salmonella strain making people sick is resistant to several antibiotics usually used to treat infection. So this many types of raw chicken products, indicating that it might be widespread in the chicken industry. So you may not have heard the last of it, that's for sure. So there you have it. The amount of chicken that's out there in the world, yeah, and the way it's prepped, you know, without a care, surprised there's not a heck of a lot more that's being sickened by this stuff. I used to, you know, follow these things. I used to see a lot of stuff happening in China. You know, ever since I heard that we send our chicken to China, our, you know, enemy, okay, one of the biggest human rights, against human rights country in the world, you know, besides Saudi Arabia and, you know, places like that, is China. And, you know, you always hear about the children working in factories and all kinds of stuff like that. So supposedly, we send our raw chicken or chicken to them so that they can process it and put it in, you know, foods that you buy in your frozen section, prepared foods. I won't get into stories that I've seen and read, but you just gotta ask yourself, why the heck are we sending them our chicken? Why the heck are we buying our military chips and computer components or whatever we need for our fighter jets from China? Why are we selling our property, US of A, to China? I don't care how much money we own, we don't sell out our property. We don't sell out American land to our enemies. So you gotta wonder what the heck is going on. Yeah, well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. In the meantime, let's cut to another level here. This is from CNS News. Now, this is the first time I've used them, so we will we'll discern who and what they are. CNS News. According to this, 13,799,501 federal contract requires UC San Francisco to obtain aborted baby parts to humanize mice. Can you believe we got programs out there like this? Well, there's a lot of headlines I didn't include tonight, like headlines from or about DARPA and what they're up to with their genetically modifying insects to spread disease across America or across the world, period, across farmlands. Anyways, this is a lot of very demented, evil people in this world, and it's just growing. So CNS, a federal contract that the National Institutes of Health signed with the University of California at San Francisco, requires UCSF to obtain body parts from unborn babies to make at least 2 types of humanized mice. This was according to the statement of work included in the contract solicitation published by NIH. The actual total amount of this contract, including all options, is the figure I just spoke of, $13,799,501, for a full performance period to December 5th, 2020. Yeah, so the contract was originally signed, 1-year period, blah, 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 blah. Government retaining the option to renew the contract for up to 6 additional 1-year periods. Up to 24 weeks in gestational age. So it goes into the types and the age of these body parts. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention because people, these body parts, so horrific in its, just from its infancy until now, you just got to know that there is such evil here that there's... Yeah, I understand why people, have no hope because of these these just horrific things that are going on. But there is hope. There is hope. Yes, we can have, righteous indignation. I mean, righteous anger at these things, and we should. And go immediately into prayer about these things. This stuff just... fires me up to no end, and yeah, we have to pray on this stuff, unless there's something we can actually do. I'm going to leave that to the Lord, because they are going to pay dearly. And you'll hear more about these babies, okay? We'll hear more about babies later on, about what happened. About 3 more headlines here. Also from CNS News, from this blog by Craig Bannister, Trump lists 14 things that he'll do if Republicans hold the House and Senate. And we'll just go down to the list. If you vote to elect Republican House and the Republican Senate, we will continue to cut your taxes. Funny, I didn't think my taxes were cut. I got a tax bill that increased quite a bit for our house tax. I don't want to get into that. That just makes me angry about all the taxes that I pay. And I'm going to write this down. We should really do a segment on that. The taxes, the amount of taxes, including income tax. I work in the state of Massachusetts, so I have to pay income tax for them, and I have to pay income tax for Connecticut, even though I don't work here but live here. Anyways, it gets very technical and boring and makes me irritated every tax year. Yeah, Connecticut thinks that I owe them money because I live here and pay taxes already on my house and property and driving the cars and all these other kinds of taxes. And tax, fine, fee. They do any more, we're not going to be able to do it. There's a lot of people that already can. So anyway, sorry. Number 2, cut your regulations. Let's see. Raise your income. Well, there would be something new, huh? We could tell you stories about that here in Connecticut. make our country great again. Well, I would say, when you thought our country was great, where were you and what were you doing? And what was the mainstream media doing then? Anyways, it wasn't what I was told it was when I was growing up. Okay? It was all a lie. All of it. Well, I thank God for allowing him to, bring me up with that delusion, because if I had known that throughout my whole life, all the lies and all the things that this country has done to other countries and vice versa, whew, man, I just wondered how I could see the problems that people are having today. I really do see it, because it's just very wicked. A lot of things are out there. Got the web now to spread it all very quickly. Anyway, let's get done with this list. I'm sorry. Protect Medicare and Social Security. Yeah, we'll see. Continue confirming judges who interpret the Constitution as written. Fully secure the border. Well, we got a story coming up for that as well. Pass Kate's Law. And I have a text right after this that will tell you what Kate's Law is. Stop sanctuary cities. Thank you. Yes. Stop catching lease. Well, I thought it would be catch and release. I don't know if that's a typographical error or not. 11. End the visa lottery. 12. End chain migration. Well, the same story. You'll hear about that in a minute. 13. Keep the criminal drug dealers and terrorists the hell out of our country. And 14. Lift millions of our citizens from welfare to work. Yes. Dependence to independence. From poverty to prosperity. Yes, yes, yes. Chicken in every pot. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The only thing I do see is this guy actually will probably try to do all of it. Yeah. Whether it's better for the country or not. Number 13, keep the criminal drug dealers and terrorists in the hell out of our country. Yeah, well, that's fine and good. We've done that. The problem is that we're the drug dealers. Yeah. I want to tell you about what happened with the cadavers from Vietnam, when they were being flown home. Okay, we're not going to get into that story, but you want to know about it? You ask me. I'll tell you. This is that report. This is Kate's Law, okay? H.R. 3004, an act to amend Section 276 of the Immigration and Nationality Act relating to re-entry of removed aliens. Okay, so this act may be cited as Kate's Law. So basically, let's go down here to re-entry of removed aliens, Section 276. Re-entry after removal. Any alien who has been denied admission, excluded, deported, or removed, or who has departed the United States while an order of exclusion, deportation, or removal is outstanding and subsequently attempts to enter, crosses the border to, attempts to cross the border to, or is at any time found in the United States, shall be fined under Title 18 United States Code, imprisoned not more than 2 years or both. Okay, so there you have it in a nutshell. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm not going to go into it further because I'm still learning about it. All I know is that we have this problem going on right now. Okay, let's get into, well, this is 6 minutes long. I don't know if I want to do that video. Well, DHS warns migrant caravan. Okay, big problem. U.S. will use force if necessary to stop illegal entry. You should know that there is approximately 4,000 plus immigrants coming from, I don't know, countries like
the U.S. border, many,
and so on and so forth. I think they're already come as far as Mexico, and Trump has called Mexico and asked to get their military to stop these migrants from coming in, this 4,000 plus immigrant train that is coming. And of course, like you just saw, DHS warns migrant caravan they will use the U.S. military. That's what Trump said. And he should, because it is an invasion. I mean, I'm all for immigration. That's how this country was formed. But we all did it the right way then. We came with papers, with whatever we had. Some people came with, what they had on shirts on their back. I mean, the country was brand new. And so, Ellis Island, that's where a majority of the people came. But, let's listen to this for a minute.
Say they are fleeing dangerous conditions in their own country and hoping to find safety. President.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt so quickly, but listen, they're coming because they're escaping danger or poverty or whatever. So are we. So are a lot of Americans here. I mean, in poverty, have very dangerous places around us. We're not leaving. Okay? I mean, what do they expect here? You live here long enough, even as an immigrant, tomorrow, you're going to find out that this is everywhere. That's just the fact that it's the world that's all messed up. It's not just your country, it's our country too. It's messed up.
President Trump called the move, quote, an assault on our country at the southern border and threatened to send in the military. CBS News Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues has more.
As many as 4,000 migrants are making their way from Honduras to Guatemala and north to Mexico with their sights set on the U.S. border. Groups are sleeping in shelters and accepting food and money from strangers. Many say they have fled violence in their home countries, some with little more than the clothes on their backs. After crossing into Guatemala on Monday, the next major border is Mexico, where the government has deployed hundreds of police officers aboard 727s to deal with the caravan. Many migrants will be told to return home. Some will be allowed to seek asylum. Geronimo Gutierrez is the Mexican ambassador to the United States.
There is a humanitarian crisis going on, and we need to call it what it is.
But President Trump is lashing out at the caravan, alleging on Twitter that the onslaught includes many criminals. He threatened to deploy the military to the U.S. border. Since the president suspended his controversial family separation policy in June, illegal border crossings have skyrocketed. According to unpublished Border Patrol data, there were more than 16,000 family members arrested in September, an 80% increase over July. Border Patrol agents tell CBS News they are swamped and seeing more and more large groups crossing together. One official says on September 20th, the Border Patrol encountered 275 adults and children. On October 2nd, 164 adults and children. On 60 Minutes, Leslie Stahl asked the president if he would return to his family separation policy.
Frankly, when you don't when you allow the parents to stay together, okay, when you allow that, then what happens is people are going to pour into our country.
So are you going to go back to that?
Well, we're looking at a lot of things.
And Jeff Pegues joins us now. Jeff, these...
Yeah, so there you have it. Another crisis going on with this border. Anyways, whatever. And from what I heard, I think that they still have all those children that they separated from parents or came over by themselves still, separated. Still no parents to be seen. So let's shift this again to something else. I want this. You need to know about this because this is what the Democrats have really been worried about with that, Kavanaugh hearings and all that. Why they didn't want him being confirmed. Okay, because of stuff. Well, basically about it is about the Roe versus Wade. I mean, there are a lot of people, including Democrats, think that it may be overturned. But anyway, this shocker, court rules unborn baby a person. Well, go figure, you know. Affirms death penalty for murder convict after blasting Roe as patiently or patently illogical. Yeah, patently illogical. So this Alabama Supreme Court has ruled that an unborn baby is a person under the law, and consequently the death of that person can be punished with execution. Well, there you go. I think that's a positive thing. I'm sorry, I don't believe in abortion. That's murder. It's plain and simple murder. When does the baby become a person? Well, the Lord specifies it in the Bible. You want to go look at that, go look at it. You want to think that it's written by men and it doesn't mean anything? Then stop reading all the other books too, because they're all written by men and women. Okay? It is in the Bible, and I'll just paraphrase like I normally do, because I don't know the Bible that well. But I've learned a lot, and so can you. You know, about the embryo. The Lord knew us as an embryo in your mother's belly. Plain and simple. Well, they'll need us to. I don't want to give you some kind of a sermon here. All I can tell you is that what I believe is that we are all, at least our spirits anyway, were created before we were born. And then just like Jesus came here to live in a human form to experience the human condition. And of course, other things that he came to do. Like to offer the Jews, kingdom of heaven, okay, at that time. And they denied it. And he came here to die for our sins, to break that curse. So anyways, yeah, so I think that, when we're born, that spirit being is in the embryo, in that egg that is, however it works, fertilized, grows, and then born. So, yeah, I just want to say that I can't use the chat thing, so that's on it's on my other PC, which doesn't recognize. If I go and I have to sign in, that's what it wants me to do, and I don't have a YouTube account over at that PC because they deleted it, and so I can't put another account on that PC. It's funny how that works, but I've been talking to somebody, so I got a little bit of a way around those things in the future. So in any case, I just wanted to mention and say hello to Kathy. I see you're typing in there, so I just can't answer you. I tried to, and you must have seen that. But in any case, so yeah, there's one step towards that Roe versus Wade. If it ever is unturned, yeah, I think it should be, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We all will be, whoever, we all sin. Doesn't matter whether you've lied, you cheated, stole, or murdered. Okay, we all will. The penalty for that sin, or it was for that sin, was death. That's what death brings, because that's what God told Adam in the Garden of Eden. If he broke the one commandment that he was given, and not to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, he said if he did, he would surely die. And God does not lie. And so what happened to Adam and Eve? They died. That was the curse. That is the curse that they gave to us, which we have, was handed down to us. Thank you, Adam. Anyways, it's all been planned. It's all, God knew, knows all, controls all from the very beginning. He is all. Everything that is ever made, or, what he made. So it's all his. Anyway, let's go on. So let's get into this a little bit. Let's talk about, what is going on in that big stage that we're all supposed to, sit back and watch and just, be in amazement at what they're doing, or fearful of what's being said and done. I'd worry about this, though. Gog and Magog thing, the thing that's really coming to fruition and being set up is this Gog and Magog. Remember that Israel, you know, last time, what was it, 2015, and that pastor, rabbi in Israel, mentioned something about all the gold they found in a mountain, okay, and supposedly along the old river that was created in Genesis in the Garden of Eden. But in any case, they now know, and publicly, you know, everyone else knows that they have all this gold. They have a mountain worth of gold. And also Israel, also, you remember, what was it, last year or the year before that, discovered all those gas fields off the coast of Israel. And so right now, Israel is sitting pretty darn good. They have lots of reserves in gas and oil and gold now. Now they can go and finally build their third temple. Yeah. So what's going to happen? What is that Gog and Magog story in what was it, Ezekiel 38, 39? And then they talk about the other one at the end of the millennia. But I don't quite understand, you know, the time frame in between and all that stuff. But, you know, this meeting with France and now Germany joining Russia and Turkey in Syria in a summit. I mean, how much more do you need to see about that prophecy? The only thing left, I guess, is to, you know, this man of fruition that comes out. I wonder who that could be. Not the Antichrist, I don't believe, but it's supposed to happen before the Gog and Magog war. Anyways, we still learned about that. All I know is that, you know, Israel is surrounded. They've been surrounded for a while now. And now you got actually Russia offering or having talks with Israel, coming down, and that's what the Gog of the North does. It comes down into Israel, pretending to be a friend, and then when he gets there, he's right on top of Israel. He's going to, you know, destroy Israel, or attempt to. Yeah, he's not going to want to leave with all that gold and all that gas reserve and all that money. Yeah, he's going to take it. He's going to try and take it. But anyway, it would be in your interest to know about these things. Go, you know, look into Ezekiel 38, 39. And it looks like the YouTube is frozen. It's not playing out. I don't know for sure. Anyways, well, it says we're still live, but it's a bad picture too. I'm going to see if I can fix that. So, in any case, this, you know, let's read about it. I mean, I haven't seen the headlines, though World Watchman has told me twice that Israel has declared war on Syria. Now, I don't know if I quite believe that, but I know that they continue to attack places in Syria where they suspect Iran and whoever else is supplying Iran with goods. You know, let's see. Iran is supposedly supplying now the Hamas with GPS on their missiles. You remember all those missiles? They just keep firing them, right? They just fire them, you know, 50, 100, 100 missiles a day. But they're not directional. They just fire them and let them go, and wherever they land, they land. Now you put some kind of GPS control on those things and get control of them. Israel is going to be in big trouble if 150, 100 of them come shooting. So I understand why Israel is doing this, and they, you know, I would too. It's our, you know, protecting our lives. I mean, Iran has, you know, openly come out when they had the other president in there a few years back. You know, the big thing that we all remember is that he said he's going to wipe Israel off the face of the map. And they even made a couple maps without Israel on it. But anyways, the Lord won't allow the total destruction of Israel. Yeah. They will pay some price, but they will not be able to wipe them out. So, let's go on to some other news. And we'll talk about China and things that they're doing. Really some weird stuff that China's doing. Stay tuned to that. That's coming up in another headline. And here from the Times of Israel, at least 50 dead after train runs over crowd in India. There's a lot of people in India, so it's just a huge place. Train hits large group of people standing on the railway line to watch a fireworks show in northern city of Amritsar during the Hindu holiday. Well, people don't stand on the damn train tracks, for Pete's sake. What is going on? So in any case, I hear about a lot of trains in India, either falling off the tracks or whatever, crashing, going too fast. So anyways, there's that. And, they're all distracted with that noise of the firecrackers. So, couldn't hear anything. What's this one about? Oh, yes. This is, I don't know, propaganda. Maybe they are serious about that or not. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Some kind of satellite in this picture of the moon. But in any case, China is launching a fake, extra bright moon to cut the cost of city lights. Serious? You think that procedure is going to be less expensive? But anyways, here's what they pay, okay? Annual electricity costs up to 1.2 billion yen. That's $173 million annually for the lights in one city. Yeah. So they're going to do this by 2020. That's what? Year and a half, year and a couple months. Planning to launch the first artificial moon into orbit in order to replace the street lights and reduce energy costs. Well, why not? I mean, supposedly we, sent up a sun simulator. Yeah, and we're wondering why. What's going on with the sun these days? Well, it's something that's in between us and the sun. Maybe. Could be. I've seen the patent. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the schematics. Sun simulator. A few people have talked about it. So, I mean, that could be the thing that people are seeing flickering, I mean, what the heck are these things run by? And, Central California was hit the other night with a fallen debris, with some, debris that was in there, iridium. I mean, these things have nuclear components to them. And first of all, we're letting them blast off these rockets, okay? With this stuff on it, with nuclear material on them. I mean, I don't know. Whatever happened to all, have you ever asked yourself, what happened? Okay, because I have a utility, and it shows every single nuclear detonation between 46, 47, up until 1999. There are thousands, literally thousands of detonations, testing, whatnot going on. Where's all that radiation? Where did all that radiation go to? How long does that radiation, that particular type of radiation, stay around? Where does it go? Is it all up in the upper atmosphere? Is that what the Van Allen built? Is absorbent maybe? Can only hope, But where did it all go? Just a question. Sometimes I have silly questions. Sometimes they seem silly to other people. But where did it all go? Some people say that certain kilotons will dissipate in a matter of days. Well, the deadly part of it anyway. I don't know, just a question. So there you go, China. I don't know. And while they're building, you know, numbers 5, 6, and 7 aircraft carriers, okay, they're going to send up some imitation moon. So we'll see. China on notice. So, according to the big stage, the big, you know, skit that's going on in front of us, you know, between the tariffs and the tariff war there and the cyber war going on. Last time we checked, it was Iran that was the bully, and North Korea was stepping down. And even though they have close to 60 nukes, supposedly, someone says, yeah, they're taking their program and dismantling it. While Iran, you know, is building theirs up, you know, because we have no more deal with them. So, yeah, and so now, you know, France, Germany, Russia, Iran, China meeting together. Okay, in the meantime, we're technically at war with China, while we still get our prepared foods from them and our daily dollar store merchandise and our cheap appliances now that break when the warranty goes. I think that they all have chips in them as well, just like the fighter jet components that had, or the computers that had hidden chips in them, and then when they turn them on, okay, they can go and get into these devices, get into everything that we have, and flip a switch. That's if they're our real enemy or not. You know, one day they're all pulling together, you know, world peace, let's all get together. You know, China will sell us all their throwaway garbage, and we'll give them all our, you know, precious metals that we throw away, and scrap metal, so that they can go and build cars so that we can buy them back. Anyway, see how it goes? And so, in the meantime, China's on notice. America's next big enemy, right after Russia. We keep claiming Russia, but Russia has done, I mean, what is Russia? Russia has not been aggressive towards us. Anyway, you know, just taking pause here. It really makes, it can make your head spin. You know, I've just been at it for a long time, so I hope you don't get a little dizzy when I just was mentioning all that. But that's everything that I said is happened or going on or will happen, according to these headlines. You know, what are they on notice for now? I mean, the other day it was China and Japan, you know, scrapping the dollar. I mean, isn't that what Trump wants anyway? He wants to go back to the gold standard. By the way, does he know that there's no gold in Fort Knox anymore? I don't know. Well, you know, when Germany wanted their gold, we said no. I mean, that was the big question. Is there any more gold in Fort Knox? Or if they spent all that, including all the black op money, you know, the other fines and fees for stupid laws and rules that nobody else will follow except, you know, us, because we're law-abiding citizens, okay? All that money, you know, the Medicaid, the Medicare, the Social Security that's supposed to be untouched, collecting interest. And that was the only thing that they were able to use in investment means only. Not take the whole darn Social Security system and go and spend it on your underground cities and your tunnels across the country and into other countries. Yeah, because they've known all this stuff. They've known what's going to happen. We're going to see signs in heaven. We already are. We're given the biggest one, okay? In what was that? September 12th, Revelation 12 sign. Well, I hope you're paying attention, because that was a big sign. And the Lord said that He would give us signs in the heaven as well. We have to be looking up. We have to be paying attention. Sunday night, I guess here in New England, according to World Watchman, 2, 3 a.m. You got to be out there, I guess. I didn't read the article, but they got this big meteorite shower coming. Best time to watch it Sunday night here on the East Coast. I have a telescope, but I will not be watching. Any case, I'll be looking for other things. So yeah, I mean, on notice, we got naval, what do you call them? Fleets. I mean, in the Spratly Islands. No, not the Spratly Islands. Maybe it is. In the Yellow China Sea. Spratly Islands. I believe it is the Spratly Islands. You know, the ones where they built their military runways and stuff in international waters. That is all. We're everywhere. In the Mediterranean. I don't want to show you that one yet. Yeah, I will talk about this for a second. Just for a second. Mega Millions jackpot. Okay. It's worth $1 billion. That's what it's up to now. You even have the, I guess it's the Lotto. What is it? Powerball. Powerball is that what it is? That's up to 400 or 500 million. I mean, crazy, man. That's what it's up to. And yeah. So Mega Millions, and I don't know where that is. Can you buy that anywhere, or is that just a Massachusetts thing? Not sure, but it's up to $1 billion. Never before ever seen. But there have been some big jackpots in the Powerball. But anyway, there's an article over here, something about the tax on America's poor again. I don't know how we're being taxed by someone else buying lottery tickets, but I just got it for the $1 billion jackpot that's out there. So yeah, what else are we going to watch here? Well, let's go back to, well, let's see this one first. This one first, from the big wall. It smells like pure crap. The stench is unbearable, the ocean is brown, and you can't swim. Florida algae bloom is a disaster. And I believe that they do have that red algae bloom back. It went away for a little while with Hurricane Michael, but apparently it's back. And so, let's see. Oh, it must have been on another article, but yeah. So this thing is, what is it like? They said 1,800 miles, almost engulfing, surrounding the entire Florida peninsula. The fish keep on dying in Florida. Dead crabs, fish, and other sea life litter the sands. The stench is unbearable. The ocean is brown, and you can't swim. There's not a soul in the water in Florida. I mean, your eyes open yet? The Florida paradise we know and love is ruined. It may never recover. According to the Miami Herald, Naples beaches are known as some of the state's best for their tidy white sands and pristine waters. But the toll of the toxic red tide invasion is relentless. No, the environmental disaster that appeared last fall and kept us away all summer hasn't gone away. Even though your friends maybe post on social media pretty sunset pictures, the ocean waters are pools of dark brown muck. Okay, I have not played this before. Let's see what it has. Some people in the water. I would not know. Changing. No pun intended. All right, well, let's go to this thing. I wanted to play that, but we'll leave that for Len. Antifa, okay? I'm going to leave you a link for that shiftplan.com, Antifa. I thought I played something Wednesday on it, but there's a little more detail in videos down here where this idiot from Antifa and how he treats this lady, you know, who actually was out there for the Patriot Prayer march that they had going on, and that's why Antifa is there. This lady lost her husband in 9/11, and you should hear what this guy says to her. Anyways, he ended up getting chased down by a couple other bigger guys that came over and wanted to talk to him about the way he treated her. This is amazing.
My husband died in 9/11.
Good for him. Good.
Yeah, gonna have to stop it there and give you a warning. Okay, there is obviously foul language coming from Antifa and the other ones too. These people out there. I mean, this is everywhere you go anyway. So I don't know why. In case there's children there and you don't want them to hear, you know, foul language on the air as well. Take them away now. You might hear something here. It's everywhere anyway. That's how people talk, unfortunately.
I tell the Nazis to go home. That's what I do. That's the problem. You're always scared of everything. You're not even scared. Tell me what you do during the really? What do you do? I tell the Nazis to go home. That's what I do. Why are you trying to block me? I'm trying to walk here.
I obey traffic signals.
You're a snarky little idiot. Shut the up.
Try something, bitch.
I'm not. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not like your husband. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not like your boyfriend or your cop boyfriend who's gonna knock you out, so don't worry.
My husband died in 9/11.
Good for him. Good. Good.
So that's all I wanted to show you, people. You know, Antifa. Okay, that's all they're there for, is to stir people up, create violence. Okay, and most of it is funded by George Soros and his other companies, affiliates. You know how they water down as you go out. You know, that's what Antifa is. Well, I'm gonna leave you, you know, with something good. This is the last one. This is this faithful dog who drags this drowning girl to safety by her hair. I always wanted to get a German Shepherd. I wanted to get a white one though, but you know, since my dog passed away, Maya, I haven't wanted to get another dog, but I'm thinking about protecting the property and still having a dog that will love the outdoors, you know, even through the changing seasons. So, seriously thinking about getting a German Shepherd. I want one that does not shed a lot anyway. I know everyone sheds, even people. Yeah, Maya shed, you know, 2 times at least a year, and you ended up getting at least a couple garbage bags full of hair. Yeah, even had a neighbor, you know, when she was going through her process, she still had clumps of hair on her, and after all the hair was gone, she looked kind of skinny. That was when I was first given to me by my son, who couldn't take care of it at the house anymore. Yeah, my neighbor called the animal control on me, so the cop came to my door and asked me about the dog. And, nope, that's normal. Sorry, officer. You go tell a lady stop, you know, minding her own business or whatever, or come talk to me. And I would have told her that's what the dog does. She could have even pet the dog, you know, but no, just assuming. So anyways, here's this video. Okay, it's probably done on Periscope, but here it is. Let's start it over.
Oh, good boy. Ah!
to save you. He's saving you.
Save me. I'm trying.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and I guess I should mention that this is a news broadcast. It is specifically put out for information purposes only and or teaching purposes. And so under the federal copyright laws, I am able and legally able to produce these things that are already out there on the web. And so there will be no copyright strikes. That's it, everyone. God bless you. Thanks for joining us. Got a little over here. Sorry. I tried to shorten this. They just go longer. Maybe I should make it longer. This way it'll go shorter. Who knows? Anyways, it's Friday. Happy Sabbath to those who celebrate it tonight at sundown. If not, enjoy your evening. Keep your family close. Keep them on, keep them very close. These are times that are changing and people are just going crazy and they're just getting angrier and angrier, and it's foretold. So, if you're having problems at home, if you're having problems with your family, please fix it. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. It's not worth losing, your loved ones over a futile little argument, over some kind of name calling, whatever, or maybe your brother stole your girlfriend, 5 years ago, and you're not talking to him anymore she's not there anymore anyway, so I just made that up, but come on. Those things are not worth being separated from your loved ones. We want to protect your loved ones. We do what we do, in hopes of saving our family, even though we can't, because I can't do anything, you can't do anything. It's all done. The Lord does it. He does the calling, and He does the choosing. Any case, enough of that. So, if my other brothers are listening from MOS, I'm serious about tomorrow at 7 p.m. Still want to have that meeting. We got to get together. We got to, put away our differences and whatever they are, or whatever they're not. We got to get this thing going again. So, God bless everyone, and peace out.